All I want Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. It is Novak Djokovic versus Martin ETCHEVERRY, and we're going to be getting into it as always on the channel. Djokovic to start us off, and it's going to be an exciting match as always. Djokovic goes out wide with the first serve, the second serve that isn't needed. Backhand to backhand, backhand into the net from Djokovic, and love 15. A massive opportunity for Martin ETCHEVERRY to, well, create a massive upset here in Rome. He is the big underdog, of course, but a lot of people will be, well, if you're an Argentinian, you'll definitely be hoping that he gets it, of course. Love 15, a massive serve on the tee from Djokovic. Forehand slice from ETCHEVERRY into the net. So it is 15 all. Also, need to thank some people, I think, in the chat. And Manuel, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for that. Very kind. Well, good serve out wide from Djokovic. Backhand very deep from ETCHEVERRY. Down the middle. Forehand is massive. Cross court. Wow. 15-30. He's come out swinging. Has the Argentine. Rich Kong says Djokovic will lose. Ooh. Wow. Manuel says, yo, Fazano, how you doing? Manuel says, Sinner got sent to court and even he didn't sell out the stadium. Yeah. Weird that Nole is kind of empty. It is. It's weird. He's a defending champion and he's one of the GOATs. So very strange that it's not full. Good set on a tee from Djokovic. Backhand to backhand here. A massive backhand down the line from ETCHEVERRY. 15-40. Opens up 2 early break points here. Huge. Absolutely huge from the Argentine. I said he came out swinging. He definitely has been. So that wide from Djokovic, forehand, cross from ETCHEVERRY, forehand to forehand, and it's a slap forehand from ETCHEVERRY that goes long. 30-40. MJ says, Hola, Fazan from St. Lucia. Oh, very nice. Wow. Very nice. Enjoy your holiday. Oh, says, no worries, Fazan, you deserve it. I'm actually leaving back to New York today, says MJ. Wow, well, how was it? Was it a good trip? Georgie playing, so I guess they're there, says Manon. Maybe. Yeah, it could be. Third on the team, miss from Djokovic. He saved one break point. Can he save the second? Second serve into the forehand. Into out forehand from ETCHEVERRY. Backhand cross from Djokovic. Backhand cross from ETCHEVERRY. Backhand down the middle from Djokovic. Forehand into out from ETCHEVERRY. Backhand to backhand here. Oh, it's a missed backhand from Djokovic that drifts long. So the early break for the Argentine. I don't think anyone would have seen that coming. And Djokovic straight away gets broken. Crazy cupcakes. And it says too early to break Nole. Well, he has got the break. And I'll tell you what, you got to break at the end, says MJ. Sometimes, though, MJ, you just can't choose when you break. And you just got to take the opportunities when they come. And I get your point. Like, obviously, it's better to break right at the end. But if you can break early, it puts pressure. And also, why not get another break? Why not get a second break at the end? So, yeah, I think for ETCHEVERRY, it's only a good thing. But he needs to hold firm here for sure. Needs to make sure that he opens up nicely in his service game. Djokovic still has, by the way, the black sleeve. I don't know if he's just put it on, actually. But his elbow clearly is not 100%. Man says, Pagula really ripped my draw. I had her as a winner, I know. And just I only did the weekdays because I got to train for my half marathon, the long weekend. It's nice and hot and sunny. It didn't rain all 5 days here. Nice, fantastic. Well, glad you enjoyed it. ETCHEVERRY looking to consolidate the break. Goes out wide. Forehand on the stretch from Djokovic. Forehand is shanked from the Argentine. Good return from Djokovic. Good depth. Love 15. Andrew says, I think Nole is injured. He definitely has some sort of injury, some sort of niggle. Don't know how bad it is, but he's still wearing that kind of protective black sleeve on his elbow. Matthew says this is definitely upset alert. Novak is likely not any better than he was in Bosnia, and with that level, his opponent more than capable. I mean, you'd expect him to be feeling better because he missed Madrid. So you'd think that if you missed Madrid, there was a reason for that, and it's because he wanted to then play Rome, and that rest should have helped as he misses a backhand return wide, 15 all. But with the sleeve, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to know, right? To be honest, but that's not a good sign that he's wearing it, I think, in my opinion. Serve is long from Etcheverry. MJ says sorry, he has two things wrong now. MJ means. Second serve into the forehand of Djokovic, who goes down the middle. Forehand again down the middle. Forehand cross from Etcheverry. Forehand to forehand here now. Good depth from Djokovic. Drags it very out. Forehand cross from Etcheverry. Isn't good enough. Djokovic goes down the line, then steps in, goes cross court, comes to the net, doesn't need to volley. Two big forehands, one down the line, one cross court. Got two short balls to attack, and Etcheverry, in the end, makes the error. 15-30. Just had the Argentine on the stretch on both sides. Andrea says elbow and hammy. Well, I didn't know about his hammy. I don't think his hamstring, there's any issues with that, but I could be wrong. From my knowledge, it's just his elbow, but maybe you have the inside track, MJ. Serve down the tee. Forehand is good from Djokovic down the middle. Backhand to backhand here. Djokovic goes down the line. Forehand cross from Etcheverry. Forehand in the middle from Djokovic. Good depth though. Forehand into out from Etcheverry. Then goes backhand to backhand here. Down the line goes Djokovic. Just goes long. So third. So he's trying to pull the trigger a bit earlier than maybe you're used to seeing Djokovic. Well, I would say actually, to be fair, maybe 2 years ago. Recently, he is trying to pull the trigger earlier. And didn't he have a leg issue? No, don't think so. So he pulled out of Madrid because of his elbow. If he did have a leg issue, it's not recently. So that wide from Etcheverry. Forehand from Djokovic finds the net. So 40-30. A really convenient first serve to find and free point there. Djokovic, normally you make those returns, but as we're saying in the chat, with the elbow issue, and obviously he didn't play Madrid as well. Doesn't look 100%, but I don't think he needs to be 100% to win today, to be honest, either. In all honesty, I guess it depends on how Etcheverry plays, and he started off well here. Good serve down the tee. Forehand into out short. Into in goes Djokovic with his forehand. Forehand to forehand here. Down the line goes Djokovic, massive. On the stretch on the backhand side, Djokovic steps in, goes for the drive volley into the forehand corner, and Etcheverry misses the pass. Cross court, goes wide, so we are at juice. And Djokovic pushing here to try and get that break back straight away. An immediate response is what he's looking for. Only 71% of you have gone for Djokovic in the chat. That's very surprising to me. Very, very surprising. I thought more would have, in all honesty. Guys, remember to that like button, please, as well, if you haven't done so already, and do subscribe if you're new. Good serve out wide from Etcheverry. Again, forehand from Djokovic down the middle. Backhand to backhand here. Etcheverry opens up on the forehand, but goes down the middle, then goes into out. Too short. Drop shot from Djokovic. Etcheverry gets there, but it's a beautiful volley on the stretch from Djokovic, and he nudges it past Etcheverry, and it is a breakpoint opportunity here after Etcheverry was 40-30 up. So this is a massive, massive moment now for the Argentine, because he had momentum, and if he gets broken back here, the momentum dissipates straight away. It's gone on the blink of an eye. Really crucial that he holds here, you feel. So that wide is a big one, and it's a short return from Djokovic, and Etcheverry steps in, takes it on the volley, takes it on the swing volley, and puts it away on the forehand side. So juice. Comes up with a big serve when he needs it, break point down. That serve out wide on the ad side. Had Djokovic on the stretch on the backhand side. Made it quite awkward, so we are at juice. Serve out wide, a good serve out wide again. Again has Djokovic on the stretch on the forehand this time, and it does go long. advantage. Martin Etcheverry, and he's clearly able to execute that wide serve pretty effectively, at least when he's able to get it in play anyway. He has another game point. He saved a break point. Good set on the tee. Forehand down the middle is long from Djokovic. So he does hold. That's a really big hold early doors here. Consolidates the break to love. Djokovic yet to get on the board. This is, I mean, this is interesting. This is very interesting, to say the least. So Etcheverry looks very dialed in. That's a big moment, I feel. Gives, I think, anyone who's cheering for Etcheverry, if there's anyone in the chat or anyone at home cheering for Etcheverry, they'll take some confidence, I think, from that hold, given that he's broken and he's held his nerve there. Good second serve from Djokovic into the forehand of Etcheverry. What a forehand for the 1+ shot from Djokovic. Just swats it away. The return a little bit short down the middle of the court from Etcheverry, and Djokovic just swats it away and says that's not good enough. Cross the court. 15 love. Yeah, 90-mile-per-hour winner from Djokovic. So out wide is a big one, but I think it's a let. So he will redo that. He's in all red, by the way, which I think is what he's been wearing throughout this whole clay court swing, so no changes. Second serve, backhand cross from Etcheverry. Backhand down the line from Djokovic is massive. Fantastic serve, +1 from Djokovic there. Kick serve did a little bit of damage, made it awkward for Etcheverry, and then set up the backhand down the line, which we know is so good. I mean, he tends to go with orange or red, doesn't he? I think Djokovic during the clay court season. I think orange maybe a little bit, blends in with the court a little bit too much, probably. Good short, or not good short return from Etcheverry. Forehand from Djokovic as he approaches and then puts away the volley in the end. 40 love. This is a very quick and efficient game for Djokovic so far, looking to get on the board. Goran Ivanisevic in the crowd looking on as his coach, of course. Djokovic goes down the tee. Forehand on the stretch from Etcheverry. Goes down the middle. Forehand is missed from Djokovic. Tries to go into him with the forehand and he drags it. So 40-15. Andrew says I'm getting pepperoni combos. What's that? What's pepperoni combos? Let me know. I don't know what the combos part is. Right, serve into the net from Djokovic. Second serve coming up. Second serve, and it's a forehand from Etcheverry. Forehand to forehand here now. Etcheverry steps in, goes down the line. Backhand slice from Djokovic. Slice from Etcheverry. Backhand cross from Djokovic. Into out from Etcheverry. Slice again from Djokovic. Slice from Etcheverry. Backhand down the line from Djokovic. Forehand cross from Etcheverry. Forehand on the line from Djokovic is massive. And Etcheverry on the stretch on the backhand side goes wide. Djokovic has definitely been in the gym. There's been talk about him bulking up a little bit in the gym and getting it a bit stronger. I think he's confirmed that. Obviously, he said that it's really important that he stays flexible and etc. But if you look, if anyone's watching the match, let me know your thoughts, because his shirt looks a bit tighter around his chest, like his pectoral muscles. Like his pecs look kind of, they look a bit bigger, and that normally means that he's been in the gym pumping the weights. And I also wonder whether that's why he's got the elbow injury, by the way, because you use your elbow a lot when you lift weights. It's an interesting one, because after how well, I guess, the back end of last year went, in the sense that, apart from Roland Garros, Wimbledon was the one slam he was able to play. He won it. He's won the Australian Open this year. He's been playing really good tennis. I don't really see any need to bulk up, in all honesty. I mean, I think he was the best player on tour. So interesting. I mean, I guess if he's looking for more power in his game, and looking to continue to be more and more aggressive as his career goes on. Maybe he's looking for that extra bit of power. Maybe, I don't know. And it's a pizza cracker. Okay, interesting. MJ says maybe he got a smaller size. Maybe it shrunk in the wash. Classic normal person thing to happen, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, MJ or left his clothes in the dryer too long. Exactly. Maybe. Interesting. There's some people I think that are either they're getting to their seats. I thought they were leaving, but they're getting to their seats. So I guess in Rome it's what 7:30. So people that have come from work, they have finally made it to the stadium. I'd imagine, so it will get more and more full. Good serve into the body from ETCHEVERRY. Steps in, goes slice cross court though. Then goes backhand down the line. It's massive. Forehand from Djokovic is good down the middle. Good depth. Forehand down the line from Djokovic. A lot of air on that. Backhand to backhand here though. Drop shot is too good. Surely from Djokovic. Yes, it is. ETCHEVERRY not able to get to it. No, he's not. Level 15. And says, I don't think you bulk that fast. So you can. As someone who is definitely no expert, but used to train a lot in the gym. Especially if he and I imagine he doesn't do a lot of heavy lifting generally as part of his gym routine. If he suddenly started doing it, it shocks your body, and the first few months you can see pretty visible changes, especially given that he is he's not got much fat on him, right? He's pretty much just very, very lean, athletic body type. Good second serve, is it? Oh, good enough. Just Djokovic goes in to win with the forehand, misses it. 15-all. And says, why am I only chatting? No idea. Get involved in the chat. MJ says, women don't bulk that fast. Yeah. I couldn't tell you why, to be honest with you. Whether it's genetic or not. 15-all. Good serve out wide. Oh, I thought it was. He's just missed it. Second serve coming up. Second serve into the body. Forehand down the middle from Djokovic. Backhand down the middle from ETCHEVERRY. Forehand cross on the Argentine. Forehand from Djokovic. Down the line goes Djokovic with a forehand. Backhand cross from ETCHEVERRY. Good depth. Then goes backhand cross again. Down the line goes Djokovic. Tries to change direction. He's missed it. 30-15. MJ says testosterone. Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. Testosterone is a massive part of it, of course. Just means that muscle growth is definitely, I think, probably easier, but obviously it varies as well as different cases, etc. as well. Generally speaking, backhand errors, interesting. 6 for ETCHEVERRY, 5 for Djokovic so far. It's early doors. 30-15. Probably a lot more errors than you'd expect from Djokovic on the backhand side. It's normally super solid. Second serve into the backhand. Backhand cross from Djokovic on return. Then goes into win into the net, though, on the forehand. The return was good. Good depth on it. Opened up on the forehand side. Just makes the mistake. He's looking pretty good, Djokovic, to be fair. Haircut's looking pretty sharp. Got a bit of stubble as well. Kind of very faint kind of stubble beard look going on. I said, yeah, it looks a little bit, appearance-wise, that's good. Just the elbow, I don't think it's clearly not 100%. Good return from Djokovic, clips the baseline. Forehand into out from ETCHEVERRY is missed, though. Looks very awkward hitting that as well. 40-30. Just seems sometimes on that into out forehand, ETCHEVERRY's not quite giving himself enough room on it. He looks a little bit cramped, and I wonder whether he's just being rushed by Djokovic. But, MJ says Djokovic is a Gumby. What's a Gumby? So any lifting he does probably leads to gains. Oh, it's a short return from Djokovic. ETCHEVERRY puts away the forehand cross into the open court. 3-1. He consolidates the break yet again. This first set is looking pretty precarious for Djokovic so far. Anyone watching as well, and I can't remember because I saw him after the first game kind of stretching his his elbow sleeve. Does anyone remember, or if you're watching the first game, did anyone see him wear it in the first game? I'm almost wondering whether he put it on after the first game, as if to say, like, my elbow's not right still. Because serve out wide, Djokovic then goes into out of the forehand. Backhand cross from Etcheverry. Forehand into in from Djokovic. Forehand on the stretch from the Argentine. Down the line goes Djokovic. Comes to net slice. And it's a drop volley. Gets a bit of fortune. Clips top of the net cord. But the play was definitely the right one. Executes it in the end. Andres Gumby is a green skinny character. Cartoon character. Look it up. Okay, fair enough. Let's have a look. Never heard of Gumby. Like I'm too young for that. Way too young for Gumby. Hey? He looks nothing like him. He's just a skinny guy, I guess, but so funny. Gumby. Right, second serve coming up here. 15 love. 3-1 down, though, in this first set, so he's going to have to come back from behind if he wants to win it. Decent second serve. Oh, Etcheverry, to be fair, runs around the backhand pretty efficiently there, but slaps the return long. Way too much on it. 30 love. And camera really honing in on that sleeve he's got on his arm. Protective sleeve. Serve out wide. Forehand cross from Etcheverry. Forehand to forehand here. Djokovic goes down the line. Backhand cross from Etcheverry. Backhand down the middle from Djokovic. Then goes cross court. Backhand cross from Etcheverry is long. Yep, it is. Just 40 love. Andrew says he's flexible like Djokovic. Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen that show, so it's definitely way too old for me. I mean, probably like 3 generations now, just joking. Well, I've never heard of it, to be fair, so I don't know. Maybe it is that old. Serve into the net from Djokovic. Guys, as well, remember to hit that like button, please, and do subscribe if you're new. And if you feel generous, you can join our channel by hitting that join button to get some cool perks. Good serve volley from Djokovic. Takes 2 volleys to execute it, but gets it done efficiently. Great serve out wide. Forehand and backhand volley. And the game is done. 3-2 here, though. Etcheverry still a breakup. Looking to consolidate it yet again, of course. Yeah, interesting to see as well whether we see Nadal, of course, at Roland Garros for Djokovic. You know, he's playing Rome, which is a massive positive if you're a Djokovic fan. The elbow sleeve, as I said, is not really a positive sign. But in saying that, he's tended to manage pretty well with injuries during slams, Djokovic, especially if they're not extremely serious. He normally plays if he knows he can manage it. And to be fair, Djokovic and Nadal, they've both done that pretty well throughout their careers, has to be said. So 3-2 Etcheverry, and looking to consolidate that break yet again. Let's see, win percentage behind the first serves, both low. Well, pretty low for both, in all honesty. No aces as of yet. And on clay, you tend to see the unforced error count being, yeah, a bit higher than you would on hard courts, and the win account a bit lower because of the attritional style that you see on the red dirt. And this is I'm 77. I'm assuming you mean you were born in 1977 and it aired then, or aired too, or I don't know what it means. 77. 69, so I must have watched reruns. Okay, so you're born in 1977, it aired in 1969, so I must have watched reruns. Okay. Yeah, it must have been a good show then if you're still showing reruns, 8 years later. Pretty solid. Right, 3-2. Looking to consolidate that break yet again. Serving second just means that unless he breaks again, he's always only going to be 1 game in front. So Djokovic will always feel like he's in touching distance. He's just 1 game away from getting it back on level terms. Forehand to forehand here. Slice from Djokovic cross court into out goes Etcheverry. Back on the stretch from Djokovic, and that goes long. Almost looked like he kind of stopped his movement there, Djokovic, which is a bit interesting. Just kind of didn't give up, but didn't really want to bust a gut there at all. You could see it as he went for that ball, which is interesting. Serve down T, forehand is in, but short. Into out forehand from Etcheverry. Back on the line is great from Djokovic. Still in the rally though, forehand to forehand. Djokovic trying to crunch it across the court, then goes down the line. Massive forehand. He's trying to let loose of the forehand. He's ripping the forehands. He knows that is the key. The forehands are the key. Those forehands are definitely the key to victory today. Manuel says, crazy last days here. I don't know if you into the news. So out wide from Etcheverry, forehand into the net from Djokovic. So out wide, backhand on the stretch from Djokovic goes long. 40-15. 2 game points for Etcheverry. Some good serving. He's ramped it up, by the way. And Jose Mourinho, talking of soccer in the chat, and football is in the crowd. 40-15, Etcheverry. So out wide, forehand cross from Djokovic is in. Backhand from Etcheverry goes long. Game point. Serve down the tee is a let. Little behind the racket action from Etcheverry. Little skill there. Second serve. Forehand down the middle from Djokovic. Forehand into out from Etcheverry. Backhand cross from Djokovic. Into out from Etcheverry. Backhand cross from Djokovic again. Into out goes Etcheverry. Slice from Djokovic. Short though. Slice from Etcheverry. Slice from Djokovic. Right into the corner. What a slice. What a slice from Djokovic. Wow. That really had some crazy spin on it, that one. Yeah, just framed it in the end because it just really skidded off. I think he clipped the line. There's a sorry from Djokovic, but it's not his fault. I think he got a dodgy part of the court, but there's nothing you can do about that. It's clay. It happens. So that wide is an ace, is it? Oh, what a serve! Oh, absolute quality from Djokovic. Game point, Etcheverry looking to consolidate the break yet again. Serve out wide is missed from Etcheverry. Second serve coming up. Second serve goes into the backhand. Backhand cross from Djokovic. Into out from Etcheverry. Backhand on the line from Djokovic. Forehand cross from Etcheverry. Forehand to forehand here. Down the line goes Djokovic. And it dodgy bounce, but Etcheverry sticks in nicely here. He's got game point. Forehand to forehand. Down the line goes Djokovic with the forehand. Backhand cross from Etcheverry. Backhand is in from Djokovic. Good angle. Backhand from Etcheverry. Sticking solid here, but Djokovic pressing. Goes down the line, Djokovic. Forehand to forehand. Down the line goes Djokovic with the forehand. Backhand is in from Etcheverry. Clips the baseline. Then tries to go into out. As he steps in, he finds the net, though. We're back to juice. What a rally. How many shots was that? Djokovic not happy with something. Maybe the surface? I don't know, but he's not thrilled with something. Oh, okay, he's telling someone that they need to sweep. I wonder whether the ball's been hitting some marks. Interesting. Look, points won over 9 shots. There's been 11 points. 8 have gone the way of Djokovic. Only 3 for Etcheverry. So clearly the shorter points is where Etcheverry needs to make his money. Good serve out wide. And that's exactly what he needs. Great serve out wide. And Djokovic on the stretch on the forehand. Goes long. To be fair, he's been a little bit predictable on serve. He's gone out wide both sides, trying to utilize spin and get a little bit of purchase from that surface, from the red dirt, and drag Djokovic out. But I would have thought maybe Djokovic would have adjusted or anticipated it a little bit better. Although it can take him time sometimes. It can take him a set sometimes. Great return there though, down the middle. And that time, Etcheverry did go down the tee to the forehand side, backhand to backhand now. Great backhands from both players here. Into it from Etcheverry. Down the line goes Djokovic for the forehand. Backhand cross from Etcheverry again. Backhand the line from Djokovic is massive. Forehand down the middle from Etcheverry. Djokovic on the front foot here. Steps in and goes down the line with the forehand again. Great depth. And he finds the mistake from Etcheverry again. Backhand into the net. Beautiful strikes from Djokovic right at the end there. Really turned that point on its head. Rally length, 19 shots. That's 2 game points burnt from Etcheverry. We're back to juice. Djokovic is pushing here. Juice number 3. Etcheverry will be... Oh, interesting. Okay. The serve out wide is a fault, so second serve coming up. This is a very, very big point coming up now because he hasn't had to hit a lot of second serves and he double faults. He went big for the... to be fair, he's got to go big for the second serve. He has missed it, not by much. And this is, what's the other guy's first name? Martin Etcheverry. I root for him, says MJ. Why? What's wrong with Djokovic? Breakpoint opportunity here, though, for Djokovic again after that double fault. A really ill-timed double fault from the Argentine. Goes down the tee. It's a great serve. Surely that returns out. No, it's in. Here we go. Squee bum time for Etcheverry. He's hammering away with the into-out forehands. Goes into out again. Back on the stretch from Djokovic. Down the line. Forehand cross from Etcheverry. Forehand cross from Djokovic. Down the line goes Etcheverry. He's missed it. He's missed the forehand. And Djokovic gets to break back. And I tell you what. I tell you now. That is a turning point in the match, in my opinion. You heard it here first. But the break back, I don't see Etcheverry taking a set now. That's my opinion. And this is me hate Djokovic. Why? What's that? Harsh. Yeah, guys, remember to that like button. Please do subscribe if you are new as well. Let me know your thoughts on the match in the comment section. Who are you rooting for? 79% of you gone for Djokovic. Come on, guys. Not many of you like the video. Smash that like button, the big thumbs up button, and do subscribe if you're new. Thank you for tuning in, of course, as always. Serve into the body from Djokovic. Then massive forehand down the line. He's trying to keep these points short. And the problem for Etcheverry is that at the start, he was missing. But he's now starting to find his rhythm, Djokovic. And he's hitting the ball extremely cleanly right now. And hitting it deep and into corners. And it's very tough to defend, even on the clay, when someone's hitting the ball that well. And that's exactly what's happened the last game or so. Good serve down the tee from Djokovic. We get into the rally. We finally go backhand to backhand, and Etcheverry goes long. 30 love. Djokovic not happy with the court. He's shaking his head. He's not happy about something. I don't know what it is. Oh, there's some divots, I think, in the court. And I have seen some dodgy bounces, but you normally get that on clay. But I think obviously more than he's expecting on the clay. So he's not happy with that. Served on the tee from Djokovic is good. We get into the forehand to forehand exchange here, though. Etcheverry with good depth. Cross court. Djokovic goes down the middle, then goes massive, though, into out with the forehand. Good defense from Etcheverry. Clips the baseline with the backhand lob. Forehand on the line from Etcheverry. Backhand cross from Djokovic. Backhand to backhand here. Short, though. Djokovic attacks it with the in-to-in forehand. Was about to come forward. Decides against it. Goes down the line and comes forward this time. Smash. Etcheverry gets it, though. Volley. It's a drop volley. It's too good. What a point. Wow. Very good from Djokovic. He's telling the crowd, get behind me. Come on. He wants them to G him up, and the crowd oblige. I mean, massive forehands here. I mean, these have got a lot of weight on them. The smash, I mean, we know that's probably arguably the weakest point of his game. Etcheverry gets it, but the drop volley is exquisite and finishes it off in the end. So 40 love here, and for the first time in this match and in this set, he has the chance to get in front. He's been behind after getting broken in the opening game. Forehand down the middle from Etcheverry. Forehand cross here. Forehand on the line from Djokovic is long. Again, not happy about the surface. He's complaining about it. He's not happy at all. But I guess it's the same for both players. I mean, it's not ideal, is it, though? You don't want to be playing on a surface where you're getting dodgy bounces constantly, especially at this level. So if he feels that's happening, then they need to sort that. I mean, I don't know why they didn't just sweep the courts. I'm assuming they already have, but hasn't done the job. Anyway, second serve here, looking to nudge in front. Into the backhand of Etcheverry. Backhand cross from Djokovic. Backhand to backhand here. Djokovic opens up with a forehand, goes big into in. Forehand cross from Etcheverry. Not a lot on it, though. Forehand down the line from Djokovic. Comes forward to the short ball, goes into out. Lob from Etcheverry is long. Very good hold to 15 from Djokovic. 4-3. He's just won 3 games in a row. Has he? No, he's just won 2 games in a row. And we are still on serve, but you just feel like the momentum is now firmly in Djokovic's side of the court. Yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in as always. Great to have you guys here. Remember to that like button, please, and do subscribe if you are new. Great to have you guys here. That's so funny. The chair umpire is telling them make sure that you need to sweep from the baseline to the service lines. So clearly, Djokovic wasn't happy, and the umpire, I think, maybe agrees. The surface is not, needs to be a bit better here. Max says, am I watching when I am watching with no commentary? Do we know what Novak is unhappy about? Yeah, it's the surface, like I was saying. He's saying there's too much clay on the surface, basically, and like in some areas there's like a lot like bunched up, and other areas there's not. But yeah, he's unhappy with the surface. Matthew, you got to listen to my comms and watch. That's the ideal, right? That's the ideal. But yeah, that's what he's complaining about. He's not happy about the surface. That's why they're sweeping it now. There have been, to be fair, quite a few dodgy bounces. You can tell. They're also what they're doing is they are brushing some of the clay off the main court and kind of 2, 3, 4 meters behind the baseline. So 3-4 Etcheverry, and the pressure really on. He's got broken back, and he wasn't in front. Well, he definitely was in front at the start, but since the last 2 games have gone by, his level hasn't really dropped, in all honesty. Djokovic has just found a bit of rhythm, and that's it. When you play against players this good, you've really got to make your momentum count. You've got to be clinical. And he just hasn't quite been able to. He's started to get dragged into some longer rallies, Etcheverry, and Djokovic has been coming out on top. And this is when it's damp, I guess you can get clumps of clay. Zverev, of course, got injured like that. Yeah. But I mean, they deal with it every year and they have for years, right? So it's clearly something that, can happen, but they should be able to deal with it. It's pretty standard. I mean, it's not like they don't deal with damp conditions on clay every single year multiple times. So I think it's just more a question of they've not dealt with it particularly well in this instance. But anyway, forehand down the middle is short from Djokovic on return. Backhand to backhand here. Into out from Etcheverry. Backhand down the middle from Djokovic. Forehand cross from Etcheverry. Forehand is loopy from Djokovic down the middle. Then goes with air again cross court. Forehand to forehand here. Down the line goes Djokovic. Good depth. Then goes into in. Forehand cross from Etcheverry. Forehand from Djokovic is long. Puts his hands up. He's not happy, Djokovic. I don't know if it's about the surface again. Guys, over 30 of you in the chat, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Remember to that like button, please, if you don't mind. It's a big thumbs up button. Really does help us out. And do subscribe if you're new. Yeah, he puts his hands up and he looks at the surface again, almost as if to say it's a dodgy bounce. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't tell, to be fair. Some of the points I've been able to tell that point, I couldn't see anything, but I'll trust his judgment. That's for sure. Second serve. Into the backhand of Djokovic. Backhand cross. Backhand to backhand here. Etcheverry goes into out of the forehand. Backhand down the middle from the Serb. Forehand into out from the Argentine. Backhand down the line is massive. Forehand, though. Really good forehand on the stretch from Djokovic. Good depth. Then goes cross court. I thought he'd keep the baseline. The call is out, though. He's just gone long. That was a ridiculous forehand, by the way. I mean, if anyone is watching this match, or if you're not watching it and you want to see someone defend in arguably the best possible way that you've ever seen anyone defend in tennis, just watch Djokovic. I mean, there's a massive backhand on the line from Etcheverry, and then Djokovic on the stretch on the forehand hits like a loopy forehand, but down the line with great depth. I mean, it's a ridiculously good defensive shot, and it actually gives him a chance to get on the front foot straight away because he then opens up on the forehand. He misses it, but more often than not, he puts that away, and it just put him in that great position. As he comes to the net, gets a bit of fortune with the net cord, down the line with a forehand approach. 30-15 as Etcheverry nets the passing shot, so 30-15. Matthew says Novak did a great drop shot early in the match, but seems unwilling to use that play since. Yeah, I think you've got to be tactical when using. I think Etcheverry's pretty quick around the court, but I agree. I think it's something that he could utilize more. He's almost trying to just blow him off the court. And to be fair to him, he's got the break back. He's in the lead now, so it has worked. But that's definitely a good play to employ, especially given that he's clearly trying to shorten the points and has been trying to do so for, the latter stages of his career. Backhand down the middle from Djokovic is deep and in. Down the middle, slice from Etcheverry. Forehand into out from Djokovic. Backhand down the middle from Etcheverry again. Forehand cross from Djokovic. Forehand down the middle. Djokovic goes into out. So that was a perfect opportunity to play a drop shot, but he plays it now. That's such bad shot selection. He doesn't play it when he has the chance to open up on the forehand side and has Etcheverry on the run. Instead, a backhand cross from Etcheverry, and he's about 3 meters behind the baseline on the backhand side, and he plays the backhand drop shot into the net. Surely he knows that was the wrong choice. He shakes his head and kind of looks at the surface again, but I think he knows that was just bad shot selection. Should have gone one shot earlier, in my opinion anyway. Serve is long from Etcheverry. He doesn't care what I think though, of course. Second serve coming up. Etcheverry, this is a big hold, right? Because if Djokovic were to break here, he'd serve for the set, and he does hold. So missed forehand return from Djokovic goes into the net 4-all. So he breaks some of that momentum that Djokovic had. He's going to fight in this set. It's 4-all. Now Djokovic will feel the pressure because if he gets broken, Etcheverry will then serve for the set. So it's a very crucial hold. Almost feel like Djokovic has let him off the hook there a little bit, though. Definitely some chances for Djokovic there. Forehand that went long. Probably should have been a winner, or would have been a winner if it was in. Drop shot opportunity missed, then plays the next shot later, loses the point, nets the drop shot. That's already 2 points that we're talking about. But anyway, 4-all. Loopy forehand in the middle from Djokovic. Backhand down the middle from Etcheverry. Forehand is netted from Djokovic. The surface is definitely, this whole surface issue is definitely putting him off. And, it's not really like him to get put off so much by something like this. But I think given that probably it's his first, it is his first match back for a few weeks, he's probably just annoyed in the whole situation. Love 15. Second serve out wide. Backhand cross from Etcheverry. Forehand into in from Djokovic. Forehand cross from Etcheverry. Djokovic steps in, goes down the line with the forehand. On the stretch, Etcheverry goes lob. Smash opportunity. Djokovic puts it away. Lets it bounce. Executes it beautifully. 15-all. Weather here, though, is horrific. So you can, I'm looking outside and weather is not looking great. I'm supposed to be playing tennis tomorrow, so I'm hoping that the weather holds up for that. Looking forward to that. Yeah, it's supposed to be good weather tomorrow, so we'll see. Serve into the net from Djokovic. Second serve coming up. Forehand down the middle from Djokovic. Backhand cross from Etcheverry. Forehand into in from Djokovic. Backhand to backhand here now. Etcheverry opens up on the forehand though, but only finds the middle of the court. Goes cross court there, drags Djokovic out. Good cross from Djokovic. Backhand is very good from Djokovic. Great depth. Backhand to backhand here now. Djokovic start opening up on the in-to-in and into-out forehand. Steps in, goes drop shot, and it's in. That's much better. Much, much better. And what we were saying, me and Matthew on the chat about the drop shot, he's taking it on board. And it's a very good drop shot from Djokovic to finish off the point. Didn't need to be super cute because Etcheverry was way behind the baseline and it was a net court. Djokovic adjusts well, keeps his composure, and good feel. Good touch from the world number one. 30-15. Serve just long. Very close, though, I have to say. Very close. Second serve into the backhand of Etcheverry. Backhand cross. Drop shot again. He's missed it. He's missed it, and also Etcheverry was getting there. Definitely getting to that. $30-all. Served on the tee is good from Djokovic. Steps in, takes it on the drive volley. Very ambitious. Pulls it off beautifully. Very, very good from Djokovic. Drive volley put away into out. I have to say that's extremely well done. Served on the tee is missed from Djokovic. Second serve coming up. Oh, was that a little bit of a grimace from Djokovic? Almost like he was in pain. I don't know. Let's not speculate. Second serve into out forehand from Etcheverry. Forehand into in from Djokovic is massive. What a way to seal the game. Woo! That's two incredible +1 plays from Djokovic. I have to say, massive follow-ups to his serves. First the drive volley and then that into-in forehand. Huge forehands. His forehand is just so good nowadays. So good. And talking of results today, big win for Poprin. from Australia, the world number 77, has beaten Felix Auger-Aliassime in 3 sets, beat him in the morning. Cam Nori got the win though, Kokonaka same. Surundalo beat Wu Yibing, that's not really a massive surprise. Fucsovic beat Dimona, good win. Shevchenko beat Baez, again, good win. Dimitrov beat Wawrinka in straight sets, that's a really good win as well. Tight 1, 6-4, 7-6. Korda lost to Safiullin. ATP 103. It's a bad loss. He's still not 100% to be fair. Vanazan Schulp lost to Zher. Hachinov lost to Barrera in 3 sets. What's going on? There's something in the air or something in the water in Rome. Garin beat Tommy Paul in 3 sets. That's not a massive upset. Garin's good on the clay, to be fair, but that's still, an interesting match. That was a 50-50, I would say. Shelton, Bublik, 1 set all, still on serve. Runa is a set up against Fields. On the women's side, Samsonova beat Kontaveit. No surprises there. Kontaveit's not good on clay and she's in terrible form. Sakari won in straight sets. Grabber beat Teichmann. Good win for her in 3. Mukova beat Trevisan in 3 sets. Oh my gosh. Vekic beat Sansanovic. Swiatek double bageled Pavlyuchenkova. Can you imagine being a Roland Garros finalist, 2 years ago? And then the world number 1 double bagels you. I mean, that's just embarrassing. Hopefully she's back to her form soon. No, she's been injured. Kostyuk beat Claire Liu, good win straight sets. Mendoza beat Jabeur. Sad to see Jabeur just come back from the calf injury, and it's a terrible draw, to be fair. 4-5 serving to stay in this set. So fault though to start off. Ostapenko beat Kostea. Krejcikova beat Kovanic. Georgi beat Alexandrova, good win. Kasatkina beat Pagato. Good return down the middle from Djokovic here though. Backhand to backhand now. Good depth from Djokovic. Wow. Really deep into the corner there for that second backhand. And Etcheverry mishits it into the net. So love 15. Oh, he's under pressure. Serenko's playing pair at the moment. She's a break and a set up. Andrescu Vondrasova, that's a great match. And Rybakina Paulini also very good matches. Both of those. So we'll see how those get on. Whoa. Oh, this is... What a serve! Oh, great serve down the tee from Etcheverry from the ad side. Ace number 2 for the Argentine. He could serve some bombs, It's definitely not the biggest serve I've ever seen, but he's got something about him on serve. Oh, it's a bad miss. Good serve out wide. Djokovic goes forehand cross on the return, opens up the forehand on the line. Etcheverry tries to go way too close to the line with it. He misses it. Goes into the tram lines, 15-30. Big opportunity coming up for Djokovic here. So out wide is in. Backhand. Good return from Djokovic. Getting to the point. In twin from Etcheverry on the front foot here. Drive volley into the corner is not good enough. Smash is not good enough either. Djokovic still in the rally here. Back to the baseline. Backhand cross from Djokovic. Down the line. What a point from Djokovic. Great defense. Finishes it off with the classic backhand down the line. I mean, that's vintage Djokovic. Great defensive work on the backhand side. Etcheverry not putting away that point when he had the opportunity. Just a little bit tentative, afraid he was going to miss. And Djokovic makes him pay. He's got 2 break and set points now at 15-40. Serve on the tee is good though. And he's not happy because he gets a dodgy bounce. That's definitely a dodgy bounce. Goes down the tee, Etcheverry, and it stays low. And the backhand from Djokovic finds the net, 30-40. There's nothing you can do about that. I'm surprised he even got that much contact on it, given the dodgy bounce, in honesty. So 1 set point saved. And that's 2 set points saved by massive serves down the tee. Djokovic looks at his box. And his box is like, come on. Don't worry about it. That one, I don't think that one was a dodgy bounce. It didn't look dodgy to me. That just looked like a very good serve down the tee. That's 2 massive serves under pressure. 2 set points saved for Etcheverry. 2 unreturnable serves. Clutch. Goes out wide. Forehand. In from Djokovic. Down the line goes ETCHEVERRY. Backhand cross from Djokovic. Backhand cross from ETCHEVERRY. Down. Oh, I thought it was going to down the line. He goes cross court. He's missed it, Djokovic. So it's game point ETCHEVERRY. Wow. Did not see this coming. Did not see. I thought Djokovic would take one of those 2-set points. And instead, ETCHEVERRY finds himself with a game point to drag this set through. Serve out wide. Backhand to backhand. Slice from Djokovic. Into out from ETCHEVERRY. Backhand lob is in. Forehand into out from ETCHEVERRY. Backhand cross from Djokovic. Into out from ETCHEVERRY again. Backhand cross from Djokovic. Drop shot from ETCHEVERRY. Comes forward. Djokovic. Oh, he gets there, but what a get from ETCHEVERRY from the return drop shot. And he dinks it past Djokovic, and he does hold 5-all. Wowzers. So wide from Djokovic. Oh, little drop volley is beautiful on the half. And that's ridiculously good. I mean, that half volley drop shot from Djokovic is phenomenal. Djokovic is, is in the corner there. What's he done there? I don't think he's throwing up. I think he's just spat out some chewing gum. I don't know what's happened. That's weird. Anyway, kick serve out wide. Backhand down the middle from ETCHEVERRY. Forehand down the middle from Djokovic. Forehand on the line from ETCHEVERRY. Backhand on the line from Djokovic is in. Forehand to forehand here. Down the line goes Djokovic with the forehand. Backhand cross from ETCHEVERRY. Backhand to backhand here. Djokovic goes down the line into the net, though, on the backhand side. 15-all. Oh, this is getting interesting. The start of the set, you're thinking ETCHEVERRY gets the early break. He looked pretty good. Maybe ETCHEVERRY takes the first set. Potentially, Djokovic is going to take a bit of time, but to warm up, get into this game or get into this match. Sorry, even. But then Djokovic breaks back, has the 2-set points on ETCHEVERRY serve. Serve on a tee is massive from Djokovic. Steps in, goes drop shot. ETCHEVERRY gets there, does he? Yes, he does. But he does find the net with the dink. So 30-15, good drop shot from Djokovic. Lexi says, Novak. Yep, Novak indeed. Hey, Fazan. Hi, Lexi. How are you doing? Hope you're well. They've got Novak back. Hopefully we get Rafa back for Roland Garros. We'll see. He's never played Roland Garros without playing a single clay court tournament before it, but we'll see. Good serve out wide, though, from Djokovic. It's huge. And it's a miss hit from ETCHEVERRY that doesn't even make its way anywhere near over the court. Over the net, even. 40-15, 2 game points here to pile on the pressure again onto ETCHEVERRY. He saved 2 set points in his previous service game. He'll feel the pressure again, you feel. Although served beautifully at the end of that previous service game. Great backhand cross on the 1+ shot from Djokovic as he drags ETCHEVERRY out with the wide serve. And ETCHEVERRY can't get that slice anywhere near over the net. So it is 6-5. What's happening here? So if he's been given a tablet, what is it? Paracetamol, ibuprofen, painkiller? Yeah, he's downed it. Whatever it is. Let's see, just having a look. Oh, okay, he just spat something out, so... Oh, and then stretched his stomach. So I think there's a bin behind the serve speedometer, and I don't think he's thrown up, but I think he's got like Sounds really gross, but he's got some phlegm. So I think maybe he's not 100% feeling well at the moment, is the feeling I'm getting. Plus, of course, the elbow as well. But he's 6'5" here, so he's guaranteed himself at least a tiebreaker. Etcheverry, or Etcheverry even, I think, is probably the right way of saying it. Matthew says, if I had to guess, I'd say illness rather than injury, maybe stomach upset. I think if it was stomach upset, though, he'd need to be going to the loo. I don't think he'd be spitting out phlegm, to be honest. He'd be throwing up or going to the loo. So I imagine you're right. It's probably a cold or something. I do think his elbow, though, I mean, he wouldn't be wearing the protective sleeve unless the elbow still wasn't 100%. I'm not saying that it's good enough for him to play, but you know, if it was 100%, he wouldn't be wearing the sleeve. He'd take it off. So that's still something to keep an eye on anyway. But anyway, 5-6 here. Etcheverry serving to stay in the set yet again. He saved 2 set points in the previous game with 2 massive unreturnable serves. And he'll be looking to do the same here. Although that's not a good start as his first serve goes long. The second serve for Djokovic to have a look at. Big kick serve to the backhand down the tee is my guess. No, he goes into the body. Forehand down the line even from Djokovic. Backhand cross from the serve. Massive into in forehand from Etcheverry. Then goes into out with the forehand. Puts it away. Beautiful from the Argentine, I have to say. Very well executed. It was the forehand into in that sets up that into out forehand, and it's really well executed. Really well done from the Argentine. 15 love. Served on the tee. Forehand on the stretch from Djokovic. Then goes into out again. Etcheverry kept the baseline with that return. Djokovic missed forehand cross though from Djokovic. He's kind of just like, he's done this to his wrist as if to say like his wrist is hurting. I don't know what's going on with him, but there's all sorts going on. He's stretching his legs as well. Djokovic, I couldn't tell you what's going on with him because there's lots of different signals that he's giving out. 30 love. Serve out wide. Forehand is missed on the return from Djokovic. 40 love. I thought Djokovic was going to really press him in this return game, but it's turning out to be, so far, a very easy service game. Insights, return quality. Djokovic only at 5.4. Etcheverry at 7.2. Djokovic is normally around 8, at least, out of 10. So a 5.4 is very low by his standards. Second serve coming up here. And of course, arguably the best returner ever as well. So expect something different. Massive second serve return though from Djokovic. Gets the shot, absolutely slaps it away with disdain. Great return. Stepped in inside the baseline. Took it early. Think it's the right choice as well. Took it early on the forehand side. So 2 game points still though for Etcheverry to take us to a tiebreaker in this first set. Nothing to split them as of yet. So out wide. Forehand cross from Djokovic. Forehand down the middle from Etcheverry is in. Steps in, goes backhand cross. Gets fortunate with the net cord, but Djokovic goes drop shot. It's a good one, is it? It's pretty good. Etcheverry gets there, and Djokovic goes for the lob volley. It's not good enough, and smashed away by the Argentine. So we are going into a tiebreaker, and there's a fist bump from someone in the crowd. Guys, remember to that like button, do subscribe if you're new, and also let me know in the comment section, in the live chat, what do you think the score is going to be in the tiebreaker? Of course, it's a tiebreak to 7. Who do you think is going to win? It has to be 2 clear points. And who are you picking to win it and by what score? I'm going to go Djokovic 7-4 is my prediction. Djokovic should start us off here. Serve into the net from Djokovic. Second serve coming up. Second serve into the backhand, but Etcheverry runs around it. Goes forehand, good depth Forehand here now. Down the line goes Djokovic with a forehand. Backhand cross from Etcheverry. Forehand into win from Djokovic. Forehand finds the net though. The Serb's forehand finds the net, so the mini break goes to Etcheverry straight away. 1-0 in the tiebreaker to the Argentine. He's got two serves. If they're two first serves, that's where it becomes interesting because he's had quite a bit of success in the last few games. And Jose Mourinho smiling and chuckling to someone sitting behind him. All right, here we go. 1-0 Etcheverry. Massive. Oh my, what a serve. Woo! Huge serve down the tee. Nearly 200 kilometers per hour down the tee from the ad side. He's painted the line with it. It's impossible to return. Third ace of the day. What a serve. So 2-0. Great start from the Argentine. First serve into the net. Second serve coming up. Second serve to the body. Forehand down the middle from Djokovic. Great depth. Then goes forehand cross again. Forehand down the line from Etcheverry. Backhand cross from Djokovic. Slice from Etcheverry. Forehand into out from Djokovic. Backhand down the middle from Etcheverry. Forehand cross from Djokovic. On the stretch goes Etcheverry. Forehand on the line from Djokovic. Slice from Etcheverry. Cross court into in goes Djokovic for the forehand. Forehand cross from Etcheverry. Forehand from Djokovic is missed. Goes cross court. He's drifted wide. So 3-0 Etcheverry. He's got the mini break. Now this is going to get very interesting because if he takes one of the next 2 points, Etcheverry, he'll be 4-1 up, and then he'll have 2 service points coming up as well. So you feel almost like Djokovic might have to win both of the next 2 points, honestly, but we'll see. He has an incredible record in tiebreakers, Djokovic. One of the best players to play tiebreakers in history. Massive into out forehand from Djokovic for the +1 play as he served out wide from the outside, dragged him out, and Etcheverry can't handle it on the backhand side. He finds the net. So 3-1 Etcheverry. Djokovic gets on the board in this tiebreaker. It's a good start. Wins the first of his 2 service points. Goes out wide. It's a block return from Etcheverry. Steps in, Djokovic goes cross court. Yeah, and Etcheverry tries to go very ambitiously down the line. I mean, he's dragged out 2-3 meters wide. Tries to go for the almost like a banana shot round the post, and it's way too ambitious, and he misses it. So 3-2 Djokovic. He wins both the points on his serve. So big little mini holds from Djokovic. 3-2 Etcheverry. Still has the mini break, of course. Serve is long. This is where it gets tasty now because second serve coming up. Djokovic will attack this. Let's see what Etcheverry is made of. Second serve into the backhand. Backhand is in just. Forehand cross from Djokovic. Forehand down the line from Etcheverry is good. Backhand down the middle from Djokovic. What a miss from Etcheverry. I mean, it's a regulation forehand. Tries to go cross court, and he's missed it by a mile. 3-all. Now, this next point, I think if Etcheverry loses this next point, and Djokovic goes 4-3 up, I think he takes it easy, the tiebreak. I think he just steamrolls him. If Etcheverry takes it, I think it's going to be interesting. So we'll see. My prediction of 7-4 Djokovic is still on for now. Guys, remember to that like button, please, if you haven't done so already. It really does help us out. And do subscribe if you are new. Thanks for tuning in. We will be doing more matches probably on the weekend and previews for matches. We do draw previews. We do match analysis as well, on top of some cool other little segments on the channel. So do get involved, and there's something for everyone, I think, in terms of if you're a tennis fan anyway on the channel. Serve into the net from ETCHEVERRY. Second serve coming up. Second serve into the body. Forehand cross from Djokovic. Forehand from ETCHEVERRY. Forehand down the line from Djokovic. Backhand down the line from ETCHEVERRY. Forehand down the line from Djokovic. Backhand cross from ETCHEVERRY. Backhand cross from Djokovic again. Into in goes ETCHEVERRY. Forehand down the line from Djokovic is in great depth. Steps in. Goes forehand down the line again. Comes forward. Smash opportunity. Down the middle of the court. It's not good enough. Drop volley from Djokovic is not good enough either. ETCHEVERRY gets there. Passes him down the line with a forehand. Wow. Djokovic has missed 2 opportunities in that point to kill it. The smash went safe down the middle. ETCHEVERRY makes the forehand. And then the drop volley as well, not good enough. ETCHEVERRY defending beautifully there, though, in the end. And he manages to steal that point, really, from Djokovic. 4-3. Djokovic has one more service point, though. Huge point incoming. Every point from this moment forward in this tiebreaker is huge. Serve down the tee is missed. It's gone long. Djokovic kicks the clay in frustration on the baseline. Second serve coming up. Ivanisevic can't look. He just looks at his shoes. Second serve into the backhand. Backhand cross. Backhand to backhand here. ETCHEVERRY, great depth, clips the baseline. Steps in. Goes into out. Backhand cross from Djokovic is... Oh, I thought he was going to drag him out. He's gone long. Oh. I thought he was going to go for his classic angled backhand. Instead, he tried to go a bit longer with it. A bit deeper with that backhand. He's missed it. So 3-5. And my prediction of 7-4 Djokovic is out the window now. 21 unforced errors, by the way, for Djokovic in this set. That's a lot. 12 for ETCHEVERRY. Backhand return is in from ETCHEVERRY. Backhand cross from Djokovic. Forehand to forehand here now. Djokovic goes backhand cross. Backhand cross from ETCHEVERRY. Djokovic goes down the line. What a backhand. Forehand down the line from ETCHEVERRY is missed. To be fair, it was the right option by ETCHEVERRY. Just went for the kind of loopy defensive forehand down the line. He's just missed it, though. So it is 5-4 ETCHEVERRY. He's got 2 service points here. Guys, over 50 of you in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to hit that like button, please. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done so already and you're enjoying the stream and you're watching. And do subscribe if you are new as well. Thanks for tuning in. Potentially 2 points away here, ETCHEVERRY. Serve into the net, though. Second serve coming up. Got a feeling it's going to get to 5-all. That's going to be a very, very tight end to this tiebreaker. We'll see. Second serve. Backhand cross on Djokovic is in. Good depth. Forehand into out from ETCHEVERRY. Massive forehand into in from Djokovic. Then goes cross court. He's made it. Great depth and angle. ETCHEVERRY defending well here, though. Forehand to forehand. Down the line goes Djokovic. Backhand cross from ETCHEVERRY. Forehand into out from Djokovic again. Backhand cross from ETCHEVERRY is in. Good depth. Backhand on the line from Djokovic. Great defensive backhand down the line. And the forehand from ETCHEVERRY finds the net. So 5-all. I mean, what a point from both players there. Really finding their rhythm, both players. I mean, I have to say, striking the ball extremely well. Close to the lines as well. It's a great watch. It's been entertaining so far this set. We're at 5-all. The crowd appreciate it. ETCHEVERRY serving here. Serve out wide. Forehand. What a return from Djokovic. Comes forward. Puts the smash away. Lets it bounce. What a return. Clutch. When he needed the most. What a return. And the serve out wide, he doesn't nail it, but Djokovic still has to anticipate it, and he crunches that forehand. It's not an easy return at all to make. Right into the corner. And he gets the short ball he wants and just smashes it away easily. The return set that up, and he does have a set point and a set point on his serve as well. So he didn't take 2 set points earlier in the set on ETCHEVERRY's serve. Now he's going to have to try and do it here. Could kick serve out wide. Goes into out forehand. Backhand cross from ETCHEVERRY. Finds the net. I tell you what, that was ETCHEVERRY's chance. It really was. He had no set points, but Djokovic coming up clutch at the end. 2 set points saved from ETCHEVERRY at 5-4 on his serve. And then tiebreaker, Djokovic, 7-5. I mean, super, super tight. And I have to say, I don't see ETCHEVERRY maybe relatively tight second set, but I can't see it being a tiebreaker. I think Djokovic is now going to take over, you feel. That's normally the way these types of matches go when the top players get taken to a tiebreaker in the first set against someone young and hungry and ambitious. Normally the second set, they tend to take over. We'll see. Manuel says no. Why? Yeah, well, Djokovic just clutch, and 17 winners to 21 unforced errors for Djokovic, 11 winners for ETCHEVERRY to 14 unforced errors. I have to say, both these players, by the way, hitting with a lot of aggression, and I've been looking at some of the stats, and people have been hitting almost double the amount of unforced errors to winners, if they're not being aggressive, that is. But for Djokovic and ETCHEVERRY, they've definitely been pretty aggressive, to be honest. It's been good. Good to watch, for sure. So Djokovic not playing his best, but he gets through the first set, as great champions do, especially when you're not playing well or playing your best. And now it gets very interesting because the second set, can ETCHEVERRY, can he pick up his level or keep this type of intensity for the second set and really challenge Djokovic, or will it be a case of Djokovic just taking over? Well, that's where it's going to get very, very interesting. So Djokovic has gone to the bathroom. So maybe his stomach is upset, like Matthew was saying. Could be. He'll have a time limit, though, of course. You've got, 5 people with a Joker kind of written across their shirts. And I reckon second set, Djokovic, 6. Who's serving first? ETCHEVERRY. Okay, I mean, gives him a bit of an advantage, to be fair. Unless he gets broken straight away, then it doesn't. But Djokovic hasn't been handling the the ETCHEVERRY serve as well as maybe people would have expected. But I guess the downside for ETCHEVERRY, or the thing that he won't want to hear, but it's the truth, is that Djokovic will return his serve better and better as the match wears on. That always happens with him. He starts to figure you out, and then it becomes very difficult to serve as efficiently and get as many free points as a server, because he is the best returner that I've ever seen, I think. And I think that's not an outrageous comment to say. Guys, though, there's 40 or 50 of you in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to hit that like button, please, if you're watching on YouTube, and do subscribe if you're new. Let's get to at least 25, 30 likes would be fantastic, at least. And also, if you're watching on Facebook, do hit that like button, do follow us, do come over to YouTube as well. Hit the subscribe button if you don't mind. Every subscriber really does count. Like, without you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. Like, the support that we get is fantastic, and we're on the road to 6,000 subscribers. Well, really rode to 10K after hitting 5,000 subscribers quite recently. So, yeah, any help towards that, greatly appreciated. You'll also support us by hitting that join button as well if you want some cool perks. And one of them, of course, is the emojis that you get access to, including the Djokovic one, which, yeah, if you're a member, of course, then you have access to that. Right, so it is ETCHEVERRY to start us off in this second set. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting, I feel, to see now how Djokovic does in this opening service game, opening returning game. If he breaks, I think this set is almost done. If he breaks and then holds, goes 2-love up, I think we're kind of in for a shorter set. But if ETCHEVERRY holds and holds pretty comfortably, gets interesting. Let's see. So that wide forehand is good and deep down the middle from Djokovic. Backhand cross, good depth. Forehand into out from ETCHEVERRY. Forehand into out again. Backhand cross from Djokovic. Backhand cross from ETCHEVERRY. Drop shot from Djokovic is just wide. Hangs his head in disappointment. It's actually the right. To be fair, it's not a bad choice by Djokovic. Just didn't execute it correctly. So 15-love. A bit of a free point there. I think Djokovic kind of let him off the hook there, in all honesty. Didn't test him out as much as maybe he could have. Serve is long, though, for the first serve. Second serve coming up. This is where Djokovic, I think, needs to take advantage more in this second set. He didn't really take advantage as much in the first set, even. Steps in, backhand cross, forehand into win from ETCHEVERRY. Forehand down the line from Djokovic, backhand to backhand. Backhand miss from ETCHEVERRY, cross court, 15-all. Yeah, because the second serve, he wasn't really punishing ETCHEVERRY's second serves, in honesty, as much as he should have been in the first set. Second set, looks like he's going to step in, not give it as much respect as maybe he was doing so in the first set. It's a fault for the first serve. Clips top of the net cord, drifts long. Second serve coming up at 15-all here. Second serve is a kick serve, forehand cross from Djokovic, forehand to forehand here. Down the line goes Djokovic, backhand cross from ETCHEVERRY, forehand into win from Djokovic again. Very good, goes down the line, comes. Oh, that's just too good. That's so good from Djokovic. Made it look effortless, to be honest with you. They showed the side view and he was just moving ETCHEVERRY around with ease and drags him out with a beautiful forehand cross. Just so much topspin on it that he just drags him so wide. And then the forehand on the line, I mean, he barely needs to put much on it. It's just open court, easy as you like. 15-30. Serve down the tee is an ace, though. Wow, I have to say, he's executed the serve down the tee from the ad side really well. When he's hit it, I mean, he's hit very close to the line. That paints the line again. That's the fourth ace for the Argentine. It's got him out of some trouble there. Can he find another big first serve here? Because breakpoint opportunity, you can feel it in the air. First serve finds the net. Second serve coming up. Djokovic. Oh, interesting. He's staying back. Okay. ETCHEVERRY looked up there to see what he was doing. The second serve into the body. Forehand down the middle from Djokovic. Then goes backhand cross. Backhand to backhand here. ETCHEVERRY crunching that one. So does Djokovic. So drags him out a little bit. Then goes down the middle. Forehand cross from ETCHEVERRY. Forehand on the line from Djokovic. Backhand cross from ETCHEVERRY is in. Backhand on the line from Djokovic. Forehand cross from ETCHEVERRY. Oh, that's so good from Djokovic. Steps in and says, well, your forehand cross isn't good enough. And he changes direction down the line. And it's a clean winner from the serve. It's just so good from Djokovic. I mean, the forehand down the line is just so good. He's so much more willing now as well to go line. Breakpoint opportunity early here. Good serve down the tee. Djokovic, though, reads it. Decent return. Wins the rally here. Good defense from Djokovic, and the forehand is missed from Etcheverry. Goes into out, misses the line. He does break straight away. I don't think Etcheverry has. Well, we'll see. Let's see how Djokovic gets on. Let's see how Djokovic gets on in the next game. If he holds, and then I think it's going to be very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. But let's see. Djokovic forehand placement, set one, 47% of it going cross court, 41% into the backhand corner, only 12% down the middle. Just shows how aggressive he was being with his forehand, and it's a real weapon in that first set. That, to me, was the real standout. We're talking about the positives from that first set. Good serve out wide from Djokovic, and a block return into the net from Etcheverry on the forehand slice. 15-love. Average forehand topspin speed, Monte Carlo Masters, 124 kilometers per hour. Today, 133 for Djokovic. Short from Etcheverry again. Djokovic just dinks it into play. Easy as you like. 30-love. Yeah, really ramping up the forehand. 8 kilometers quicker than his Monte Carlo average for the forehand. And that's something that's definitely, been a part of his game. And as has big serving like this, massive serve down the tee from the Jew side. And no aces as of yet for Djokovic, but he's racking up the unreturnable serves. 40-love, a chance to hold to love here and put down a marker. Good serve out wide. Into out forehand. Backhand cross from Etcheverry. Forehand down the middle from Djokovic. Backhand cross from Etcheverry. Drop shot from Djokovic. He's missed it. His drop shot is off. It's really off. It's funny though, I almost feel like during the clay court swing, this happens every year. Like, in some of the matches, it doesn't happen like throughout every match, obviously during the clay court swing, because I think by Roland Garros, it's normally, or second week of Roland Garros, it's normally honed enough. But generally speaking, the tournaments before that, he tries it out in in different ways, and it's kind of hit or miss almost. But by Roland Garros is fine. Backhand to backhand here. He's still got 2 game points. Massive in forehand from Djokovic. Then goes down the line. Backhand cross on Etcheverry. Great defense here, to be fair, from the Argentine. Backhand down the line from Djokovic as well. Still in the point, though, here somehow. Massive forehand cross. Etcheverry somehow clips the baseline into a forehand from Djokovic. Steps in. Goes forehand cross. Comes to the net. Forehand is really good on the pass. Djokovic is awkward at his feet. Goes into the net. He's blowing hard there. He hasn't played a competitive match for a couple of weeks. Etcheverry, that's ridiculous defense. I don't know how he stuck in that point for so long. Well, that's interesting. One of the shots that I thought clipped the baseline from Etcheverry was long. So if they had automatic line calls, Djokovic would have won that point, and he would have held already. Interesting. 40-30. Served on a tee. Forehand on the stretch from Etcheverry. Djokovic steps in, goes backhand cross, backhand down the line on the pass is not good enough. And the volley from Djokovic is made. Etcheverry tries to go down the line with the forehand, trying to squeeze it, and he's just missed it. A game of fine margins. But Djokovic rightfully takes the game because of that wrong call as well. So it is 2-love. He does consolidate the break. It looks like, in my opinion, even though there were a couple of really good points from Etcheverry there, especially that defensive point. I know the lob was long, but generally speaking, his defense at that point was phenomenal. Almost kind of doing to Djokovic what Djokovic, has done to opponents for years and years and years, and frustrating them with incredible defensive skill. But love 2 here. Serve is a let. Second serve coming up. Second serve. Forehand down the line from Djokovic. Finds the net. 15-love. All served on the tee is long from ETCHEVERRY. Second serve coming up here. So that wide backhand cross from Djokovic. Oh, backhand again from Djokovic. Goes long though, and he slices the ball in frustration. I think he wants this match to be over ASAP, Djokovic. I don't blame him. Go says, Rune about to win. Oh, yeah, well, it's good. We want to see Rune go deep, right? He has a projected quarterfinal with Djokovic. I think everyone wants to see that. Good serve out wide from ETCHEVERRY. Forehand. Oh, the forehand return for Djokovic. Well struck, but ETCHEVERRY, wow. When the forehand was not quite down the line, kind of middle of the court, but well struck. ETCHEVERRY backhand cross, though, is beautifully struck right into the corner. It's a winner for the +1 shot. 40 love, trying to get that game to love, which would be pretty important, to be honest, because I feel like he's a breakdown here. Needs to get on the board quickly. And he does. He does. So 2-1 Djokovic, and a good hold there to love for ETCHEVERRY. So in touching distance, Djokovic, though, looking to consolidate that break yet again in the second set after a very tight first set. Go says, hey, Fazan in chat. Yeah, I love it when they go deep with the tennis balls. Yeah, I know you do. Djokovic is just too tough. Yeah. Toughed it out on that first set. ETCHEVERRY saved 2 set points at 5-4 on his serve. And then Djokovic, 7-5 in the tiebreaker. Goes says, ETCHEVERRY is not a pushover on clay. He was in the Houston final earlier this year. Yeah, I saw that. Against TFO, right? So clearly, he has something about him. He's still quite young as well, if I'm not mistaken. How old is he actually? Not really too many people talking about him. Probably not as much as they should. Sorry. Yeah, not as much as they should. Yeah, exactly. 23 years old, so, he's not a teenager or anything, but he's doing pretty well. He has a career high ATP singles ranking of world number 59, which is that now? No, he's 61 at the moment, but, he's pretty close. Okay, interesting. I mean, I think he'll break into the top 50 sooner rather than later, won't he, I'd imagine. Ghost says, yeah, big foe. I mean, if he were to win this match, then he'd go on. You'd imagine he'd at least kind of win 1 or 2 more matches, and that would really help his ranking. But it's not looking like the case so far. Ghost says he's 23 and 6'5". He could get much better. Yeah, agree. Look, he's got some really good. I think he's got a really good base, honestly. The serve, I think, is pretty damn good. I think his defensive skills are pretty good, pretty solid on both wings. Drop shot from Djokovic. ETCHEVERRY gets there, dinks it. It's a lob volley from Djokovic. Oh, it's a tweener from... Oh, it's a tweener from ETCHEVERRY. And Djokovic misses such an easy volley. Oh my gosh, how has he missed that? He smiles and shakes his head at himself. He can't believe he's missed it. The crowd go wild. ETCHEVERRY's like, yeah, I'm the man. But I mean, it's such an easy put away. It's a gimme. It's almost, he tries to hit the tweener lob, and Djokovic has like a high volley, but it's just, I mean, it's so easy for him to put away. He can't believe he's missed it. Love 15. Served on the team, miss from Djokovic. This could get interesting if he gets broken back. I mean, he's got to stay solid here, Djokovic. Second serve. Forehand in the middle from ETCHEVERRY. Djokovic goes into out. Backhand cross from ETCHEVERRY. Forehand into out again from Djokovic. Backhand cross from ETCHEVERRY. Forehand into win from Djokovic this time. Forehand to forehand. Good depth from both players. Or gets a net call there, ETCHEVERRY. Forehand cross from Djokovic again. Then goes cross court but shorter, tries to drag him. Goes down the line, Djokovic. Backhand from ETCHEVERRY. Finds the net. Finds the top of the net, 15-0. Ghost says he broke early in the first set, just couldn't keep his advantage against Nole. Yeah, he couldn't. Ghost says, I love a tweener. To be fair, I don't know anyone that doesn't, honestly. I think everyone loves a tweener, don't they? Or was it just me? Djokovic shaking his head there again, maybe because of the net cord. Forehand down the middle from Djokovic. Then goes forehand across. Forehand to forehand here. Etcheverry's returned very well today, by the way, generally. Back. Oh, what a forehand from Etcheverry. Goes into out with it. Djokovic on the stretch, but it's so awkward. Barely gets there. And goes into the net. $15-30. Served on the tee from Djokovic. Forehand is into the corner from Etcheverry. Into out though from Djokovic twice. Then backhand cross from Etcheverry. Backhand to backhand here. Into out goes Etcheverry again. Backhand cross from Djokovic on the stretch. Great depth. Then goes cross court again. Into win from Etcheverry. Forehand cross from Djokovic. Forehand to forehand here. Etcheverry goes down the middle. Slice from Djokovic. Forehand into win from Etcheverry. Forehand cross from Djokovic. Forehand to forehand. A drop shot. Oh, unbelievable. He's missed a lot of drop shots today, Djokovic, or they haven't been good enough. That one, super high risk. Super high risk, that drop shot, but he's executed it phenomenally, and that is genius. It's just so good. The amount of backspin on it just finds its way over the net is phenomenal. Phenomenal. 30 all. People in the crowd going ballistic. And a fist bump from Djokovic. Tell you what, he doesn't make that 15-40, and you're thinking, oh my gosh. He might put that away, but instead gives him some well-needed confidence on the drop shot anyway. Good serve, has an overhead, and he does do enough with it because Etcheverry gets a racket on it but doesn't make it back into court. So 40-30, and it is game point for Djokovic to go 3-1 up in this second set. Serve out wide from Djokovic. Good kick serve. Then goes into out. Backhand cross from Etcheverry. Djokovic goes drop shot again. It's a decent one. Etcheverry tries to approach, down the line with a backhand slice. Finds the net, though. Finds the net. And actually, Djokovic lifts up, by the way, his top to clean his face. He has definitely bulked up a little bit. Now, he's still got like his six-pack or whatever, you can see noticeable abs or whatever, but you can see like it's a lot more built out. Like before he was almost very, very very lean. You can see he's built out a little bit. I wonder, did that happen in the off season? I just missed it before the Australian Open. I don't think it has. I could be wrong. Good serve out wide from Etcheverry. Forehand cross from Djokovic. Then goes backhand down the middle. Forehand to forehand here. Down the line goes Djokovic. Backhand to backhand. Drop shot from Djokovic is in. It's a very good one. Very good drop shot. And he's now having fun with the drop shot after a couple of really good ones. He says, time to have fun with it. And puts away an easy volley after a good drop shot. Love 15. Etcheverry is going to have to be careful here because Djokovic is now starting to feel that confidence. Starting to get into rhythm. This is where he's dangerous. Net points won 17 out of 21 for Djokovic. That's a phenomenal return. So out wide is in. Backhand cross from Djokovic. Forehand into win from Etcheverry. Forehand down the line from Djokovic. Very good depth. Then goes forehand cross again. Forehand to forehand here. Djokovic goes into out. Clips the baseline. Then goes drop shot. It's in. Etcheverry goes reverse drop shot. Djokovic goes lob. Lobs out. The last two drop shots, though, the last 2 points, they haven't been the best, but I think they're not trying to be winners. That one, though, a little bit predictable. Etcheverry gets there. Reverse drop shot is pretty difficult for Djokovic. And the lob goes long. Ethan saying something to Djokovic, but there's a much-needed point, you feel, for Etcheverry as well, because love 30, it starts to become really sticky, doesn't it? Serve out wide from Etcheverry is long. Second serve, backhand from Djokovic is a lob backhand down the middle. Forehand into win. Forehand cross from Djokovic finds the net. Serve into the net. 30-15 here. Needs to hold Etcheverry. As I said, if he gets broken, it's over. Oh, great serve down the tee from Etcheverry on the second serve. Djokovic scrambling on the forehand. Goes long. So that wide forehand is long from Djokovic. So 3-2. Oh, Djokovic not happy with something. I think to his box he's not happy. Either he's not happy with his box or he's complaining about something. Okay. 3-2. Etcheverry did really well there to stay. He's doing well to stick in here. He's definitely fighting, and that's what you want to see, right? You don't want to see him just lay down, or you want to see Djokovic really rip it away from him, and that hasn't been the case. He's been good, Etcheverry. He's been definitely good value. It's been impressive, to say the least. Mm. Yeah, fist bump from Djokovic after that drop shot, which was pretty inspired, of course. Okay, 3-2. Djokovic here serving to go 4-2 up here in the second set. Definitely started to grow into this, hasn't he? He's looked pretty good, I think, in the second set for the most part. The forehand's looking good. That's a massive positive. A couple of good service games as well. Needs some more of those service games. But, I mean, if he's hitting the forehand like that, it's definitely not a massive issue. I mean, second serve and then massive +1 shot on the forehand. Just huge power and precision and topspin. Just drags Etcheverry out. No chance. 15 love. MJ says, hi, ghost in flight. Wow. Well, enjoy. Hopefully you have a safe flight, MJ. And yeah. Serve out wide from Djokovic. Second serve coming up. Second serve. Down the tee. Forehand in from Etcheverry. Backhand to backhand here. Djokovic goes down the line. Massive. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I wish I could hit a backhand down the line like Novak Djokovic. And if I had a one-hander, then I might say, oh, like Federer or Team or, someone else. But Djokovic, I mean, two-hander, it's too good. And this is, where do Brits go to vacation? Morocco. So a few places, to be fair, but good serve on the tee from Djokovic, and Etcheverry's return goes wide, 40 love. So in terms of, so pretty common is places like Spain, Greece. Morocco is more common recently, but historically, I would say Spain, France, because they're close, obviously. Or into in forehand from Djokovic, then goes down the line with the forehand, comes forward and doesn't need to volley. Goes long. MJ says, I find Americans go to the Caribbean so close by, like a beach. Yeah, exactly. So that's why they go to Spain, because Spain and Greece, they have a lot of beaches, tend to go by the coast. Or you can go to like Isle of Wight, which is an island just off the UK, which is quite nice as well. But if you don't want to go abroad per se, but places like Morocco have become more common. Even places like Caribbean and stuff is pretty common as well. A lot of people tend to go to America from here as well. And it says Greece. Yeah, Greece is a pretty big one. Second serve is a double fault from Etcheverry. Not a good start. Love 15. He's 4-2 down and needs to. I mean, Djokovic takes this break. He'll be 5-2 up, serving for the match. So he'll be feeling the pressure here. Guys, there's quite a few of you in the chat, so thank you for tuning in. Remember to hit that like button, please, if you haven't done so already. It's a big thumbs up button. Let's get as close to 50 likes as possible if you don't mind. And do subscribe if you are new. Emily says, my Brit friend always goes to Morocco. Nice. Where does he originate from, though? I feel like it depends as well, like on background. Into out forehand from Djokovic, backhand to backhand. Down the line goes a forehand down the middle from Djokovic, then goes into out with the forehand. Goes into in. Oh, I think that was out, but he's cut the baseline forehand to forehand. Djokovic steps in, goes backhand cross, swats it away. 30 love. Sorry, love 30 even. MJ says too far for me. Yeah, Morocco's not too close for you at all. It's like, I mean, for us, the furthest possible place is Australia, which is like 24-hour flight or something ridiculous. But yeah, it's not. Yeah, Morocco's pretty good as well. I mean, Italy as well. Actually, Italy's a pretty big one as well. Oh, she's a Brit. Okay, fair enough. That's cool. I feel like Morocco's become quite trendy to go to. Definitely. Or backhand to backhand. Djokovic just goes long. 15-30. But yeah, I think Morocco's become quite trendy. Maldives, like, if you're a couple, there are a lot of people going there nowadays from the UK. Where else? Oh, Dominican Republic. That became pretty. Zanzibar as well. Dubai, obviously. Dubai. A lot of people go to Dubai from the UK. A lot of people go to Dubai. Like, I feel like Dubai is everywhere, but especially in the UK, a lot of people actually end up going out to live there, or part of the year they're living there. Into out forehand from Djokovic, then goes forehand to forehand. Djokovic steps in, goes forehand in the middle, backhand cross from Etcheverry. Drop shot from Djokovic. Etcheverry can't get there. Wow. Wow, so good. 15-40, 2 breakpoint opportunities here for Djokovic to go 5-2 up here and serve for the match. Andrew says she is training. She went to Tulum, Mexico. Nice. Yeah, never been to Mexico. Like to go at some point. But yeah, Dubai or Dubai, I mean, so Dubai's, I think 7 hours. I want to say 7 hours. Is it 7 hours? Is that right? 6-7 hours, I think is right. 15-40, second serve here. Djokovic, oh, what a return. Oh, clutch. Steps around the backhand for the second serve return. What a return. Deep right at the feet of Etcheverry. Can't make the +1 shot. Djokovic 5-2 up here, serving now for the match. This has been a much better second set for the Serb. He started to find a bit of rhythm and some good positive signs, I think, for the rest of the tournament for Djokovic coming out of this match. Etcheverry, I mean, as some people were saying in the chat, you can tell he's a good player. Had some chances in the first set. Obviously, it was a breakup as well early on. Took him to a tiebreaker, Djokovic, and saved set points earlier in the set, and then lost the tiebreaker 7-5. I mean, it's a close one. I think he was, I want to say, he was 3-love up in the tiebreaker. Couldn't quite. I think Djokovic won the next 2 points after that to go 3-2, and the momentum then shifted. He needed to find something special there. And he says, I think Dubai is as far as Africa from the New York City. I mean, to be fair, Dubai's not very close to the UK, but they just love it here in the UK. Like, a lot of influencers like go to Dubai from the UK. Like, most of them now live out there. And I know, yeah, a lot of people that, well, not personally, but I know that a lot of people like here who are quite famous and which they now will live in Dubai, or half the year they're living there as well. And just said it was too early. I told you, Fazan. Well, to be fair, MJ took him to a tiebreaker. He had chances, but to be fair, if he hadn't broken early, he would have lost the set by a break, I think. So Djokovic didn't give him any other chances. But I get your point, obviously. But you can't choose when you break. Like, unless you're a Djokovic or Nadal playing against a really low-ranked opponent, it's not. You just got to take the chances when they come. And if it comes early, then you take the break, and then you just got to push for a second break. But of course, ideally, if you could completely manipulate the match scoreline, then yeah, you'd break late, obviously, in the set, right? To avoid the chance of getting broken back. Well, ace from Djokovic down the tee from the ad side. I mean, first ace of the day, beautifully executed. He's 2 points away from victory here. Third on the tee again, backhand in the middle from Etcheverry, backhand from Djokovic, then goes into win. Forehand down the middle from Etcheverry, forehand into win from Djokovic. Forehand cross from Etcheverry is shanked wide. 40 love, 3 match points here for Djokovic. He's like, come on, let's go. You can tell he's like in the mode of, let's just get this match over and done with so I can focus on the next match. I can go back, go home and relax. Served on a tee. Forehand is in from Etcheverry. Comes to the net, Djokovic. And the backhand from Etcheverry. The passing shot finds the net. He does take the match 7-6, 6-2. An embrace of the net. And I have to say, Djokovic definitely grew into it. Etcheverry, though, played some really good tennis for big parts of it as well. Djokovic, he's the defending champion. He's won here multiple times. The crowd love him in Rome as well. And he'll be extremely happy to get the win. Guys, before you go anywhere, remember to hit that like button. Do subscribe if you're new. We will be doing streams tomorrow, so do keep an eye out for the matches tomorrow as well. And any previews that we do. And enjoy your weekend. We'll see you very, very soon. Kasparou's taking the first set against Ridderneck. He's 4-love up in the second set as well. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Stay safe and well. We'll see you on the next video. Djokovic through to the third round, taking Etcheverry 7-6, 6-2 in his opening match. And he looked pretty good for the most part. So positive signs if you're a Nole fan.